And he shook things up in the Big Easy with trash collection, ended up taking over the industry giant, who had pretty big paws set in there. Find out how the little guy cleaned up the garbage business in New Orleans coming up in the next hour of Morning Call.
You're watching Morning Call on CNBC. First in business worldwide.
Because it is the American dream. Cleaning up New Orleans' French Quarter is tall order anytime, and that's particularly true today during Mardi Gras, with all the celebrations. You can imagine the mounds of trash. But today's Wall Street Journal profiles the local entrepreneur, Sidney Torres, who recently won the trash collection contract. Waste Management had it, and this no-name little guy comes in. Wall Street Journal small business editor Wendy Bounds is here to tell us how Torres and his team are not only doing a great job, but they're jazzing up their own business and doing extremely well in the growth area.
You know, I've talked to a lot of government officials. I have never heard one as excited as the sanitation official in New Orleans when she was talking about the job Sidney Torres is doing down there. You touched on it a little bit. He's coming in there and spraying the streets with eucalyptus scent, lemon-scented things to sort of get rid of that after-odor partying smell that you know is always on Bourbon Street for anyone who's been down to New Orleans. More than that, though, he's got crews of people sweeping the streets all day long, basically. Kind of like Disney World, where you go there and you see the street sweepers.
Constantly.
And that's what the city wrote into this contract. They wanted something more as New Orleans tries to come back. They want to get the French Quarter really up and pristine because that's what's going to get the tourism dollars back. And so when the contract with Waste Management, as you noted, ended this year, Waste Management, as they told me yesterday on the phone, they decided not to rebid. They felt the specifications were ones that they couldn't meet. In steps Sidney Torres and his company SDT Waste and Debris, and he's really, as a lot of residents I talked to in the French Quarter, he's just turned the place around in their mind.
But what's amazing to me is that he wasn't even in the trash business.
Right, he wasn't. He's a real estate guy. He's a local boy. His father is an attorney down there, and he was in the real estate business. And right after Katrina, he basically came in and he took some of his hotels, turned them over to FEMA officials and Secret Service agents. And what did they need? They needed trash removal, but he priced it out. It was too expensive down there. So he goes and he rents a couple of trucks and dumpsters himself, puts his name on there, puts his phone number. Next thing you know, residents are calling up. They want help me, you know. And so the guy's smart. He starts servicing them. And from there, instead of just letting it go, he does what really good entrepreneurs do. He takes it to the next level. He keeps it going. And now he's got 55 trucks. He's looking to expand more in Louisiana. He's got other parishes. He wants to replicate this in Atlanta. He's running TV commercials with, you know, Trombone Shorty, a great jazz trombonist down there, spending, you know, $60,000, $70,000 in ads for this. And he's really just latched on to an area that people, you know, take for granted, which is trash removal.
He's done a key thing as well. He has these glitzy trucks, and he's got these guys running around in black Dickies pants and steel-toed boots and the shirts with the big bull on it to represent his last name, Torres. So I guess he has a bullfighting in his past. But it's fascinating to me that this is a guy who knows how to market as well as get a perfect job done.
And think about what you just described. You just described sort of in these glowing terms something for trash removal. It's something that people just, again, take for granted. It's kind of one of these underserved markets, and a lot of entrepreneurs can really think about doing this. Go to places where people don't expect a lot, niches. When you're talking about JetBlue, they did that, you know, prior to their problems now with coach service. They upped coach service. People said, we don't expect much, and that's how they got ahead. And this guy's doing it in a business where people take it for granted.
Is he going to make money? I mean, or is he trying to cut some great deals to get the business?
He's got revenue right now of $25 million to $30 million in 2007 alone. That's not a bad start for any entrepreneur. And the city contract, he bid fairly low for the French Quarter. He bid at $8.9 million, but he said it's worth it because the French Quarter is a very public stepping stone. If you can get people coming there and seeing what he's done with that, then you can take that and you can parlay it across the country, and that's what he's hoping to do.
And this from a guy who used to be Lenny Kravitz's gopher.
As he said, Lenny Kravitz's gopher. I said, what did you do? He says, anything he asked me. So.
All right, it's a fascinating story. Thank you very much. Wendy Bounds of the Wall Street Journal.